live with one of Lagos, we can say young, because she's been running her brand for many years. She's been able to carve a niche for herself. Today we're live with Mrs. Masidat Ashiru. She's one of those that we admire. By this, we probably are not just talking about the fact that she runs a big brand. She has been able to make a name for herself aside being born into a very rich family. She is the daughter of the late Shokas Lace boss, talking about late Kazim, the popular lace merchant of Ijebu. And today she is not just a mother. Her story will inspire you. She is a mother of two beautiful, adorable children. She has also been able to run a marriage to the glory of God successfully. She's married to the popular Ashiru family. And today we want her to motivate a female entrepreneur. Today we want her to talk about how she started. We want her to talk about her humble beginning and how she has been able to build a very, very big brand in the last over 10 years. So today, I can say that I'm excited. This is something that I actually look forward to. I know that you have a story to tell, not just as an entrepreneur, but also as a mother. So we want you to take us a little bit down memory lane about your humble beginning. Did you started Pink Divas big? And what year did you actually started Pink Divas?
Oh, well, I started, first of all, you're welcome to Pink Divas.
Thank you.
I started Pink Divas from the boot of my car. You won't believe it.
Wow.
Yes. I started Pink Divas in year 2006, and that was the final year of my school, my uni days. You know, so...
which of the schools?
I went to Olabisi Onabanjo University. Then it was called Ogun State University.
Okay.
So it was actually my final year. In 2005, it was my IT year, and usually you spend a whole year out of school to, you know, to learn, to work somewhere, to have an idea what the real outside world looks like. So the all of the year 2005, I traveled out. I was in London, you know, and, you know, I was doing part-time job with my brothers. So, you know, I've always been somebody who loved fashion. So when I was coming back from London, I thought, okay, what am I going to use this money to do? Why don't I just buy clothes and you know, all of that. So I bought clothes with the little money I made, and then I went back to school. I'll put my goods in my car, and because, you know, everybody usually likes what I wear. I like what you're wearing. I have it in my boots, and then, you know, I started from there. So basically, it was not, you know, big. I didn't even think that it would become something like this. I was just doing it, you know,
out of leisure.
Yeah, side hustle, you know. So, and then from there, from the boot of my car, like I said.
Wow. So how did you craft the name? How did you put it into, put the name together, Pink Divas?
Okay, yeah. So when I started, I didn't have a name. It was like, you know, boots. But then, you know, after school, I went to serve, and then I served at Starcoms, a telecommunication company, in the year 2008, yes. So when I was serving, you know, I was still doing it by the side. If I travel, you know, my family will travel at least once or twice a year. You know, I'll bring, I mean, whatever money my dad gives me, I'll make sure I buy clothes out of it. At least maybe 80% of it, I'll buy clothes to sell. So it was always at the boot of my car. But then after service year, I was enjoying my job as a copper. I enjoyed my job at Starcoms. In fact, I was hoping that they were going to retain me. But unfortunately, they didn't. So it hit me so bad. In fact, I mean, 2 months to when we were going to stop service here, it was already becoming like a sleepless night thing for me. I was already wondering that what am I going to do? Because I was so used to the 9 to 5 job. Even though I had my, you know, my side hustle, but I didn't think that I could, you know, make something out of it. So I was really enjoying my 9 to 5 job, you know, waking up in the morning, dressing up, and, you know, so I was really thinking, what am I going to do and everything. So one day my mom just said to me that, why are you thinking, what are you going to do? If Starcom doesn't retain you, you can always start from somewhere. I have a shop beside me that is my own, you know, because my mom had...
She's a fabric merchant.
Yes, so she had a shop, which was just right beside our shop that was vacant. So he said, why don't you just come and take this shop and start from there now? I said, okay, why not, And then in year 2010, we opened the shop, and then I started thinking that, okay, what name would I give this shop? And then I liked pink as a color. I remember that the car I drove back in school, all the interior, all the accessories was pink. Everybody knew that I love pink as a color. You can see I'm wearing pink. So I like pink as a color. So I thought, okay, pink. And then Divas. Divas means stylish lady. So I just put it together, Pink Divas. And, that was how I got the name Pink Divas.
Wow. That is such an inspiring one. Starting Pink Divas from the boot of your car.
Yes.
And it wasn't even, you never thought you were going to make a big name out of it. And looking at how far you've come in the last 2010 till now is about 15 years.
I'll even say 2006.
2006 is 19 years. And looking at how far you have come, would you say there is any regret of you not working at Starcom back then?
No, there's no regret, because ever since I started, it's been glory to glory. I will not lie. Even though I started when the competition was not really, too much. So I think that worked for me. And because I have passion for my business, it's just not about making money. I know what I'm doing. I like fashion, so it's helped me a lot. And it's been glory it's just been glory to glory.
So you just said something, and remember I said that we're going to use this avenue to motivate a female entrepreneur. You just said something now that is key. Passion.
Yeah.
So if you are called today to speak at a business school, to talk to an entrepreneur, what are the basic 5 advice that you will give to such person?
Number 1, for this business, which is fashion business, you have to have passion for it. Because there are days you make money, and there are a lot of months you not make money. So if you don't have passion, you give up. Yeah. You get what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, there are days. So number 1 is passion. It's just
Number
not about
one.
making, yes. Number 1 is passion. It's not just about making money. You have to have.
And this is applicable to all businesses.
Yeah, right. So you have to love what you're doing, because there'll be days you make money, and there'll be months that money might not.
Months.
Yes, sometimes.
Wow. But you've been so busy when I came in today.
I know.
You had a very busy day.
Yeah, but
you have to practically sit down for you to get
I'm not going to talk about myself right now, because for me right now, I'm big. I'm looking at, you're telling me to tell people who are about to start.
Yes.
I already have my name. So there are days, a lot of days we are sold out. A lot of times we are sold out. But I'm talking from, like I'm speaking to
somebody
a
who
new
is
person.
starting.
Yes, there are days because they are new. So you have to have passion. You have to love fashion. If it's this business, you have to love fashion. So when you're not making money, you are happy with what you're doing because, it's your passion. Then you have to do what works for you. You shouldn't copy. I say a lot of people,
what worked for you?
Yes.
You shouldn't copy.
Yes. I see a lot of people right now doing this business because, Masidat is doing it, so is doing it, they're making money, she's living large, she's driving a big car, you know what I mean. You have to, look at the way, don't just look at Masidat, don't just look at other people making money. You have to really, figure out the way you want it to work for you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
You have to figure out the way you want it to work for you. You don't, I've been in this business and I've seen people that, we go to the market and I buy this clothes and I sell off, and then the next person to me, maybe we're in the market together, buys the same clothes and doesn't sell off. I go to the market and go with my friends and, they are buying things and I'm like, I'm not going to buy this. I'm not going to buy this because they're buying it. My customers would not buy it from me. So you do your own thing. Don't copy. And then you have to be trend. Even though you are not going to copy, you have to follow the trend. You have to be on top of your toes. And I'm talking about trend. I'm talking about even for fashion, the latest things. But it's just not about that. Even trend when it comes to like technology. I think that really worked for me because I remember, I'm sorry I'm going to drag you back a bit. I remember when I was young and started this business newly, I've always been a social media person. Back in the days of BB,
Yes.
Remember BlackBerry?
BlackBerry, yes.
And then you upload your status.
Yes.
Ever since then, I will dress up in the morning. I will make videos, turn around, do different kind of things. I'll put it on my status, you know. And then a lot of my peers, then they'll be like, "Oh, Masidat, your own is too much. You don't like taking pictures. You don't like." But you know, that thing was working for me. I don't know if you understand, because people look at my status. Okay, what's she wearing today? Do you have what you're wearing? And look at it, just by taking pictures, making videos, I was making money. I don't know if you understand. And then I was doing that, and then, you know, one day, one girl came to me and said, I said, people don't use this BB again. You better go and open Instagram. I'm telling you.
And that was how you joined.
I joined Instagram like 14, or I can't remember, about 14 years ago. It was in my shop in Ibadan. She came and said, people don't do, who is watching BB? But and then I told some people to that on Instagram, not too long. I'm like, I don't know if you understand.
Yes, I do.
And then look at these people today. They are coming to ask me that, Masidat, how do we start? Hey, can I even do this kind of wala? But you know,
follow the trend.
Yes,
that's the number 3. Wow.
Number 4, you have to be able to, you know, manage customers. Yeah.
Managing customers.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
You have to be able to, you know, you have to find ways to make new customers, because the competition is really high. Right? Yes. So you have to try your best, whatever it takes to make new customers. A lot of people don't do walking. I don't know if you understand. A lot of people sit down online now to find their customers. I mean, to find their market, to find what they want to buy. So, you know, you have to try all your best. Marketing strategy, you know what I mean? And when you find them, you have to try your best to keep them, because the competition is very high. We all sell the same thing. You know, just few things makes one person unique from the other. So, you know, that's why I said you have to find a way to find customers, whatever it takes. You know, I'll see some people saying that I cannot dance, so I cannot do this, so who are you not to dance? No, there's nothing like that. You know, there's nothing like that. You have to carry your business on your head. Yes, you have to carry your business on your head. So whatever it takes,
be your brand.
Yes, and that's what I do.
Yes.
So I put my business like this on my head. Nobody's going to do it for me. I wear my clothes myself. I'm out there. Anything to make my customers, anything to attract customers. And when they come, I try my best to keep them. It's very difficult. It's very, very difficult, because there's so many
customers.
I'm going to, there are different kind of personalities. So you try your best to keep them.
We've gotten 5, and I can say that you've actually been able to motivate me, not just as a fashion person, but also as a media entrepreneur. Thank you. Another question I want to ask is, would you say that coming from a background of parents who are respected entrepreneurs in Nigeria, you're not forgetting that your father was not just a socialite, the popular, even if we were much younger when most of those musicians sang his praises, and most of us will still remember Timbare bí ẹni ènìyàn fi èèyàn bí Ọlárewájú Kazeem Majo. Are you getting back on into two? Would you say that having such father and having a mother who is also a respected fabric merchant in Daddy also helped your business?
Oh, well, because while we were growing up, I remember that we used to follow my dad to his factory, and we used to go with my mom. At least weekends, we go with her to the market.
Wow.
Even though we were rich kids, but they showed us how to, you know,
to make money.
Lazy. No, you can't be lazy with my parents. We go to the factory, we help them in sorting out. You go with my mom to the shop, you don't sit down. Yeah, no, you don't sit down. You know what's that thing called? That long, I've forgotten the name. How can I forget? That long, you know that thing for measuring?
People, Iggy.
But the wooden one.
Yes.
I've forgotten what it's called.
Oh, so it has a name aside.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've forgotten the name, but you'll be in my mommy's shop and you know what?
Even as a rich kid.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So we used to follow them to work. And it's a large family, you know. But, you know. But when you talk about, I learned from them hard work. I learned from my parents, especially my dad. My dad was so hardworking, even my mom as well. But another thing, my dad didn't really want me to do this. He didn't want me to do this. No,
Wow.
He didn't want me to. I'm from a family of 18 children. I'm the last. We have 8 medical doctors.
Wow.
Yes. So my dad actually wanted me to be a doctor.
8 medical doctors.
Yes.
Wow.
My dad actually wanted me to be a doctor. So I remember. I know, this is not a question you asked me, but I'll just chip this
wow.
in. I remember when I finished school, I've always been a fashion lover. I'm sure if my schoolmates are looking at this, they will know. Like when I was in school, I did used to repeat clothes. I go to bed thinking of
what to wear tomorrow. How will I show them?
They have to watch me. They have to look at me when I enter the class.
Wow.
So I remember when I finished secondary school, my dad didn't want me to do fashion, like I said. But I told him, I said, Daddy, I don't want to go to uni. If I should go to school, let me just go to a fashion school. And then I went to, I went to find out about the fashion school in London. And I said, Daddy, I want to go to this fashion school. He was like, hey, one more way. So my dad wasn't really in support of it.
Wow.
No,
when you started?
No. Not when I started then.
Wow.
Then when I started, you didn't have a choice.
Even since you've even gone to school.
Yeah, then I've gone to school.
You came out in flying colors.
Yeah. But I was just keeping that in, like, because I remember I said, Daddy, I want to go to a fashion school. He said, no, where they should tell Dr. Roman. Doctor, Daddy. But, I learned hard work from them, consistency and all of that. So
you share a very strong bond with your dad. You covered your dad's burial. It's still unforgettable. No, not many who attended that burial will forget it in a hurry. What are those things you've learned from your father that you see also there that has shaped your life?
My dad is a disciplinarian. Even though he didn't go to school, he used to say it, and I'm sure if you read his biography, since he said he came.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't want to cry. Well, he lived well. He lived well. Sorry. You were the last born. So he used to beat you.
No, my dad never used to beat you. He was very loving and caring. While growing up, I never lacked anything.
Wow.
And not just me, the whole of us.
Wow.
Yeah, we never.
One thing you cannot differentiate which of the cousin is. I don't know. How did your dad do that? You cannot differentiate whose mother, whose father, or whose mother is this. Even that's why I covered your wedding back then. That was a very long time ago. And so now, even at your wedding, I couldn't still say the difference. I couldn't pin the difference. Whose mother is this? I remember I saw some of your stepmothers, and I'm like, mommy and you share a very strong bond.
Right.
How did you think your dad did that?
I don't think it was him. I think it was just I don't think it was him that did it. I think because he was somebody that loved God. My dad loved God, yes. And that's why any of our houses, you always find a mosque. And, he was so dedicated to God. I mean, he just believed in God all his life. And one thing I know that my dad just always says is that he wants his children to be united. My dad got married to 3 wives. They had their differences. I remember growing up, our mothers were always, But, it didn't affect us, the children.
Wow.
My mother was there 2 days ago, and I was telling him that. That's why, when my dad died, some people were saying that, but honestly, the bond, I just think God loves my dad.
Wow.
Honestly, yes, because the bond is getting stronger. We're always there for each other. We the children, we love each other. And the question you asked me now is the question, me, I'm a social media person.
Yes.
It's the question a lot of people ask me on social media that, oh my God, I love the bond between you. And it's not because of social media's sake. The bond is actually really there. And I'm just happy for my dad. And I know that wherever he is now, he will just be looking down. And he'll be so glad that even after I'm gone, my children are still
very much together.
Yes.
In motherhood, you are one of those. I had my challenges. I had my rough moments too. I waited. Everybody knows my story. And you had something similar. You waited for years after Bella. You can't even forget Bella's birthday. And people will ask you, some people will ask, when is she? Are you pregnant? How did you cope with? It was a rough moment.
I know.
And when your son came, forget it. JD, wow. We were all happy. The Instagram was as God. Go and say this is juggling the role of a mother and your business. And the waiting period. You waited like 8 years before JD
Even before
came.
Bella.
Even before Bella.
Yeah.
So can you tell us how did you
Bella
cope?
It was before Bella that the waiting time was. It was a short waiting time, but it was the longest, shortest.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It was a short waiting period, but it was the longest, shortest waiting period ever. I got married, and luckily, when I got married, I got pregnant immediately. But unfortunately, I carried my pregnancies, and then I carried them to almost full term, and then we don't have babies.
Wow.
Yes.
How many did you?
I had 3 children before Bella.
Wow.
Yes, I had one. One was actually a miscarriage at 3 months, which is fine. I had another one. I had a stillbirth at 8 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
You go to the hospital, you give birth.
Yes. Stillbirth. Yeah. Stillbirth at 8 months, almost 9 months. And then the third one before Bella was a preterm child that came at 32 weeks.
Wow.
Yes, and lived for 1 week only.
Wow.
Yes, so all of this time it was a struggle. Like it was, like I said, I'm going to say it again. It was the longest. It was, and a lot of people got married at about the same time I got married. I got married in 2014, and there were about 3 big weddings then that really, took over. Mine and 2 other people, and then seeing those 2 other people, kids. And then people were saying that maybe you want to parolera one, that my wedding was big.
Yes, it was.
Remember, it was King Sonny at the time.
Yes.
For my wedding, I had a 2 days event.
Yes, it was a very big
people
one.
were, saying things that is it because we had a big wedding, and when I was looking at the other people that they had
were
weddings
fine
and they had children, so it was really difficult for me. And I'm when I want to do something, I like to do it and get it done. So it was like I was. For the trying times, it was like I'll say it in Yoruba, because when share exam, won't fail.
Allah.
That was the way I felt. Like, okay, so these other people that are passing it, I don't know if you understand.
Yes, I do.
So that was the way I felt, So I'm like, these other people, they carry their pregnancy for 9 months. So am I carrying mine and I'm not going home with my baby? So at every time, I won't lie to you, when it happens, luckily, I won't say whether luckily, I'm not going to use that word. Wherever it is, it all happened in Nigeria.
Wow.
Yes. The 3 times I got pregnant with
stillbirths.
The miscarriage, that wasn't even a thing because it was just 3 months. Then the stillbirth, and then the one that I had the preterm child, it was all in Nigeria. So I had my family members around me, So every time it happened, I'll just tell my husband, please, I don't want anybody to, and my parents, my siblings, they know. So Masidat is actually my name, because you hear me saying Lola. Masidat is my Muslim name, and then I decided to pick Masidat, because it's a different, unique name.
Yes, very good.
For my business. But people at home, people who really know me, call me Lola. Yeah. So and then because my family members already know me that this is how I handle my difficult times. Once it happens, they just leave me. I don't want to hear sorry. I want to just stay alone and cry in my room. So my husband as well, you tell people that don't call her. But you know what? Because I was so determined that everybody is passing this exam. Is it me that will not pass? I'll pass. I'm telling you that in my trying time that I'm in the house, crying and in my sober moments, I'm trying to get pregnant again.
Wow.
I'm trying to get pregnant again because I have to pass this exam that everybody is passing. I don't know if you understand.
Yes, I do.
Yes, so I don't say because I'm mourning, I'm doing, I'm giving.
Be close to the husband.
I will be closer because this thing that everybody is doing and having it, I have to do it as well. So luckily, we got pregnant again after the 3rd one, and it was immediately. Every pregnancy I'm telling you that I lost, or every child I'm telling you that I get pregnant like 2 months after.
Wow.
Yes. And it's once I get pregnant, I'll get happy and then I'll start working again. But I'm telling you that for the 2 months, I'll just be in my house. I will cry out. I don't want to talk to anybody. Anybody that wants to talk to me will talk to my husband. They don't speak to me directly because I'm always very upset. Like, what did I do to God? So then, when I was going to get pregnant for Bella, I got pregnant. And like I said, I have 8 medical doctor brothers. So they just said, you know what, the next one, once you're pregnant, you just have to go. Just leave Nigeria, whatever it is. So for Bella, when I got pregnant for Bella, at 8 weeks, I'd already left.
Wow, 8 weeks that
Yes,
early?
I left.
Wow.
I left. I wasn't doing anything. I left.
You left your business?
Yes, I left my business.
So that is one advice for any waiting mothers.
No, you have to pick one. You have
pick
to pick
one.
one. Yes. I left my business. I left it for a sales girl, but I wasn't even thinking about that. I just wanted to have my baby. Yeah, it was more important. So I left. I was in London. Up until I was 7 months. I registered in a hospital in London. I was doing my antenatal there, and everything went fine. But then I didn't have anything. I used to have preeclampsia in pregnancy. So that was what affected my 3 previous pregnancies. Yes. So I always have preeclampsia. So for Bella, everything just went smooth. I don't know what changed. I don't know what happened. But I did not have. I don't know whether it was because I was abroad. I did not have any complications with Bella. And then at 7 months, I moved to America, and then I had Bella at 41.
Wow!
I was even telling the doctor that I want this baby out, because my mother was telling me that once the baby is 37, just bring the baby out. The doctor said there's nothing wrong. You have your baby, you push yourself. But at 41 weeks, the baby didn't come, so I had to have CS.
Wow!
Bella came at 41 weeks, and then I waited for another 7 years before I had my child. That wasn't going to be. It was an intentional waiting.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No. That was an intentional waiting.
Okay, you wanted to just because Bella was everywhere with you. There was no one who probably got to know Masidat that would not know Bella.
Right. That was an intentional waiting because I said I was going to have I'm not going to have one baby in Nigeria and have another baby. I mean, have one baby in America and have the other child in Nigeria. So, and that was the time that they were just refusing people visas. And then, I was refused. I said, if I don't get a visa, I'm not going to get pregnant.
Wow.
So I didn't get a visa until maybe about 5 years after I had Bella. And then we started trying. I'm going to tell you something on this interview right now that nobody has heard before.
Wow.
Yes, I'm going to say it. So then we got the visa and then we started trying. And then it was just 6 months to... The visa was going to expire in about 6 months. There was no pregnancy, no... I said, hey, kind of like... I said, tell me, let's go. So for Papa, it was like...
wow.
An artificial insemination.
Wow.
Yes.
And God answered the prayer.
So it wasn't... it was artificial insemination for Papa.
Wow.
So this is the first time
you're going to say that.
I'm going to say that to anyone. So I couldn't wait any longer because I didn't want the visa to expire.
Wow.
So for Papa, it was like a fertility.
Yes, you went for fertility.
Yes,
I had my son try. Yes, I don't know what. I don't know why people feel. People feel. I don't know. We have bouncy baby boys that are doing so. So why do people attach meaning to you having you see people who don't want to talk about having an IVF and
there's nothing wrong with that. So for Papa, we had to go through
the normal IVF
and all of that. So that was how we had Papa because the pregnancy was just not cool.
And God answered your prayer
just once, and that was it.
In all those trying periods, how were you still able to have? Because you see some people leaving their business in 3 months and the business is gone. How did you cope and you still have Divas even after you? Yes.
Well, I said something. It's passion. Do you understand? So if you don't have passion for your business, there's no way there won't be. I don't know if you understand. So it's passion because of even though I was pregnant, and luckily for me during my pregnancy days, it's not possible. I don't have big tummy. So even for Bella, a lot of people were saying that I didn't carry her myself, So even during my pregnancy, you still find me slaying, taking pictures, doing videos, so it falls back to passion. If you don't have passion for your business, you can get tired. Yeah.
So another thing, any regrets so far about business?
Oh, well, for me, no. Of course, there are ups and downs. I don't know if you're going to ask that later.
Just say it now.
Say, of course, ups and downs. Competition in the market, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Getting staff sometimes might be difficult.
Good staff.
Yes, but I've been blessed, honestly. I'm very good to my staff. they don't have to tell me. I know I'm good, so it's not been so difficult for me. But of course, few ones, there are few ones that are not good. So it's always been a case of one person referring, one person bringing another person.
That want to go, please, can I bring my friend?
Yes. But sometimes it's harsh, it's difficult getting staff. So that's by the side. Management, inventory sometimes is difficult. Even those people that they call themselves stockkeepers, they come and do nonsense. So, I said earlier, you asked me what time do I get to work. That's why I try my best to come to work every day.
Every day.
I come to work.
We hardly see you at parties except. In fact, I cannot remember the last time I saw you at party until when Daddy died that weekend.
So I hardly go to parties. It's always about my work. So, so those are the challenges we usually have. Then the dollar increase, all of that. I look at my messages when people send messages to me. And then I try to take a track of maybe they've been our customers for years. And I find out that in 2020, or that's just barely 4-5 years ago, you still find them, I just wait for this top 6.5. You cannot find the top of 6.5 again. You can't find the top of 20,000. So those are the challenges sometimes.
The market is saturated, right? But you have still been able to have unique stuffs that you put on display on your pages. Sometimes when I just want to look, I just go. I'll be like, I think Masidat. And how have you been able to stay on top of your business? Because initially it used to be US stops. Then after a while, people introduce Turkey, and these days people will say, "Oh, Turkey man, everybody goes to Turkey now." But yet you have still been able. And people, I'm not saying this because I'm looking at you. I'm saying this because there are testimonies on your page for people to see. Right. How have you been able to stay afloat without the market being saturated?
Well, because of my desire for fashion. It's not, for me, it can be a job because I'm fetching money from there, but I love what I do. I love fashion. I like to dress up. I like new things. I don't copy. A lot of people are selling clothes now, but you find them sitting on other people's pages, to copy. I don't really understand. I don't look at, if you believe me, I know it might be hard to believe. I don't look at people's pages.
Wow.
No, I don't. I find people in the market. I go to China and everybody knows me, even Chinese. When I enter the market, oh, you come, everybody know you, picture. Like, because people go to the market and you don't want to use your own eyes.
And they bring your designs to say, and because of that, most of them are familiar with your face.
Yes. So my point is that you cannot be doing that. If you continue doing that, you cannot be unique, you cannot be different. You go to the market, you leave Nigeria, you go to either Turkey, you go to either China, and then you go on people's pages and you go to the market and start showing people, do you have this, do you have this? The time we are using to do you have this, you can use it to look at the market rats and find, something new.
That sets you apart.
Yes. I'm not bragging, but I know that a lot of times you find it on my page first. Yes.
Most of the time they find it on your page first.
And then others follow. Because I don't go to the market using other people's pictures to find things. I go to the market and check, look myself. Okay, if I wear this, how is it going to look? Is it going to be nice? Is it going to be... And change a little bit of style. You know what I mean? Like these trousers I'm wearing, it's a little bit open at the back. And then I thought in my mind that, okay, I can patch it up a little bit so it will not be too open. And then I know that when I post it later today, a lot of people will start looking for the exact thing, not knowing that I've made my own amendment.
Wow! Yes. Would you stand up? Let's see that. And please tell us. Wow.
Yeah.
So you've been able to...
So I made this difference, and I'm sure when other people go to the market, they'll start looking for the exact thing, but they'll never ever find it because I've made it different myself. You know what I mean?
You've been able to have this shape. You went from size 16. I used to know you when you were 16. Then you went back to 14, 12, 10. You came back again to 10. And how have you been able to do that?
Well, before I got married, I was actually a size 16. I'm talking about 11 years ago. So during pregnancy, I lose a lot of weight because, yes, I lose a lot of weight during pregnancy.
How do you juggle the role of a mother and you still resume at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. max. How do you do this?
Number one, I'm very hardworking. So all of that is not a problem for me. My husband helps a lot. And like I said, I said earlier, I'm very good with my staff. So I always, at every point in time, I have reliable people at home.
Yeah.
So that has been, part of my strength to juggle business and motherhood.
For anyone who sees Masidat on Instagram and who wants to be like you, what is the first thing you would like to say to them?
I'm going to ask, be like me in what aspects?
Be like you in sense
Business-wise?
business-wise.
I'm going to say one, you have to be consistent, have passion for your job, you have to be very hardworking, you have to be innovative, you have to learn to be a trendsetter. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Your general advice for an entrepreneur, because many people have this issue of managing wealth, not in terms of millions or billions, in terms of being a first time business person, and they probably in their first year they have a good turnover, and you see that in the next 2 3 years the business is back to zero. What is your advice for them? But let's take a boutique owner as an example. You wear what you sell, and you look so good in there. I mean, for instance, I come to your page minimum of 3 4 times a week. I will just come. Let's not the fact that sometimes I tend to believe that you don't sell plus size.
Oh no, that's not true.
Okay.
We have a lot of plus sizes.
Wow, really?
Yes, we do a lot of plus
Okay.
sizes. So my advice to upcoming people is that slow and steady wins the race. Don't follow the crowd. I've said my story. I started from the boot of my car, and from the boot of my car, I opened the shop. And what I found out about new people coming up now is that they just want to start. They don't want to, they don't want to start from the bottom at all. They want to start from, if you don't do slow and steady, if you go from, the way you've started boom, that's the way you fall back down. So I found out that about a lot of people who are just these new people who are starting now. You have to be, you have to take your time. I'll say it in you, but Emma Bear, oh man, bear. A lot of people do that. Oh man, bear. You don't want to be. You cannot start today and say I want to be Masidat immediately. No, you have to, take it easy. See how it works for you, and then from there, growth from glory to glory. If you go up, before you know it, you come down. It doesn't matter. A lot of people. Some people, their husband, started them up. Some people, they have rich parents who, built their business. But all the same, if you don't know what you're doing, you'd not be in a better place. You'd just be stagnant. So it's not
Managing the wealth. You haven't spoken about that. Managing turnovers in business for starters.
for starters, èèyàn ní fi gbogbo ọwọ́ jẹun. And I said something that some days you make money and then months you might not make money. So, when you're making your money, you need to learn to save and, turn over the money. Some people will just make little money and they'll just start doing about right. Next thing, you're carrying Emmy's bag, you want to wear Rolex wristwatch. No, you can't do that. Because there are days that you make money and there are days you not make money. So you have to use your brain.
It's been an exciting moment for us. We've been able to learn one or two things from chatting with you. We've talked a lot, but we never spoke about the challenges. What are the challenges that most female entrepreneurs face in their business?
For me, I've been so lucky. I've not had challenges with customers, you mean?
Yes.
For me, I've been so lucky. Not that I don't have challenges, but it's very minimal. Due to my integrity. I don't joke with my integrity, so I hardly have challenges with my customers, because the major challenge that people face in this business is because we sell more online, right? So a lot of people, and when you sell online, you're not selling to people in Lagos alone, you're selling worldwide, you're selling nationwide. So I know a lot of customers, when they're buying online, they get scared, because they're paying you, they don't know who you are. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of people face such challenges. It's minimal in my own side because, I have a yeah, and because I'm the face of my brand, so I don't feel people come, please, are you sure I'm going to get my thing? Are you sure I'm going to get what I bought? Are you sure it's going to be the same quality? It's very minimal for me, but I know that, a lot of people face such challenges, and that's simply because there are a lot of fraudulent people online who take people's money and don't deliver, who take people's money and don't give them the exact thing. You see a lot of what I paid for versus what I bought. So that's not been the issue with me or my brand. So I hardly face challenges with my customers. Yes. Okay.
We enjoyed every part of this interview. So our take home today is, and you've been able to teach us a lot of things. You told us about passion. You said a big passion driving has brought you this far. So your last note to all your amazing followers who probably think that China produce low quality products.
No. For the people watching us, right? So no.
When people tell you that, what comes to your mind?
No. You know what? I know a lot of people say it, but I hardly find people who come here to say so, because when they come, they don't see that we sell low quality things. So I hardly hear that. Honestly, I'm not lying. I hardly hear that.
But people have that perception.
Yeah, people say it, but that's because a lot of people go to China and then go. I'm telling you today, I'm telling you with all of my heart, China, it's a country that is blessed.
Wow.
Yes, it's a blessed country. I'm not going to discourage any entrepreneur. It doesn't have to be fashion. I mean, I even always tell my siblings, once in a lifetime, everybody who is opportune has to visit that country.
Wow.
Yes, it's a blessed country. Anybody that goes to China to go and buy low quality, whatever, has done that for whatever reason he or she has. But for me, I've been to so many countries, and I can tell you that when I get to China, I'm like, what?
Wow.
Yes. I'm like, oh my God, how? I've gone to China, I've seen things that I've been to so many other countries. They're very innovative, technology-wise. I mean, I've been in a hotel in China and it was robots that was serving us. I've not seen that anywhere.
Are you serious?
Yes. So I've not had people come in here to come and say that low quality, because I go to China and I buy the best of the best. So it's not a case of low quality. I've never had it, honestly. I'm not bragging. I've never had
so
it.
If you're told to advise someone who works in a bank and who says, I want to resign, I think I want to be my own boss, what would your advice be?
Oh, well, it depends on the drive the person has. You can't just say you want to advise people on what to do. I mean, for me, I'm going to use myself. I'm going to use my husband as an example. My husband is a typical office person. I don't know if you understand. So it's just like you coming to tell him that come and do business. No. And he's doing well, extremely well. He's an IT consultant. He's at the top of his game. There's nothing concerning IT that he cannot do. And, so you can't come and tell that person that leave your business and come and do. Do you understand what I mean? And come and start selling, come and start going to China. So it depends on the individual. If you are office person, stick to it. And, and make sure you're on top of your game. If you're a business person, if you know that you can, because business is not easy, you know that you can also, you know what I mean? Why not?
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for motivating an entrepreneur today. We appreciate you. Stay tuned on Abiola Rishile's page. You know how we do it. Of course, stay tuned. We love you.
Thank you.